Love you 3,000.
And Habak 3000 from UAE.
Ti amo 3,000.
Welcome to another edition of Coach Miranda Minor's Daily Technical Charting, Fundamentals, Improvement of Trading Quotient, and everything about crypto all in one channel. You need to take time to find your bread and butter trade. Ang focus is very important. Dahan-dahanin mo, huwag ka mag-FOMO. Diba? I always tell you to trust the system. Now, I want you to wait for a confirmation candle. Wait for this line to be broken. To never, ever do shortcuts in trading.
Kaya ang galing talaga pag natutunan mo yung tinuturon ko, bago na-i-apply mo, bago yung patient lang, yung patient tsaka yung discipline.
Si Coach kasi, he's not just a content creator. Talagang mentor siya. Pinaglalaanan niya ng oras lahat ng videos niya. Not for him, not to get subscribers, pero para matuto tayo, para maging profitable tayo kagaya niya. Sobrang amazing lang kasi konti lang yung taong gano'n na hindi madamot, na hindi niya sasalilinin kung paano siya mag-earn ng pera. Si Coach kasi mas gusto niya pang i-share yung blessings niya.
Nag-decide ako i-PM po kayo, nag-enroll po ako sa inyo sa beginner class. Ginawa ko po talaga everyday, 3 to 4 videos na sa YouTube ang pinapanood ko. Tapos ninonote ko pa talaga lahat.
Magpahinga ka. Hindi tatakbo yung market, hindi mauubos yung trade setup na yan. Find that bread and butter setup. Vulnerability in trading is our most accurate measurement of trading quotient. You have yet to see your success. You have yet to see your millions. Andiyan dyan na. Are you going to give up today? Or are you going to use the word not yet? Alright. Kamusta kayong lahat, no? Alright, kamusta naman lahat? Type number 1 kung ready na. Nako, hindi ko talaga kayo matiis, ha? Hindi ko kayo matiis, no? Kaya, magla-live tayo today. I'm actually streaming live dito sa YouTube tsaka sa Facebook. So type number 1 if you are ready to listen, no? So medyo importante itong pag-uusapan natin para hindi kayo na susunog at nauubos, no? Alright? So before we do so, pakinggan muna natin itong short discussion coming from our CoinDesk TV. Listen to this very carefully, ha? Listen, I will be explaining this in Tagalog. I've been explaining this kasi for quite some time para at least alam nyo na anong ibig sabihin. No? So just listen to this carefully, okay?
Good to see you. All right, let's have a live look at Bitcoin right now. The Coindesk Bitcoin price XBX index is trading at $47,607. Bitcoin is trading slightly up, almost 1% over the past 24 hours. And the Coindesk Ether price ETX index is at $3,814. ETH is also advancing about 0.5%. The DFX Coindesk's DeFi index is at 379 points, taking a step back about 0.8%. The most reliable reference prices for institutions since 2014 are now published under the Coindesk brand, trusted globally as the leader in crypto news, events, and data. So we're seeing a bit of mixed results on anticipation of that Fed meeting this afternoon. Emily, what are your thoughts on what we might expect?
Well,
So listen on what she has to say because I've been saying about this for 2 weeks or 3 weeks already. Pakinggan ninyo yung sasabihin niya.
again, Lawrence and I have, differences of opinion here. Lawrence thinks it doesn't really matter. I mean, the real question is, this narrative of Bitcoin being a hedge against inflation. And that is something that some people really believe to be true. And that's some things that people say is just a myth. So I think the question is, is the Fed going to raise interest rates? And, is Bitcoin actually going to react to these movements at all? Do people actually see Bitcoin as a kind of protection against the devaluation of the US dollar? That's
Okay, so if you heard about kung ano yung statement niya, okay, listen to that very carefully, no? So may hahanapin lang akong, meron akong hahanapin dito na PowerPoint slide. Just give me a second, okay, para maunawaan ninyo, no? Para hindi kayo nalilito pag sinasabi nilang iaakyat ang interest rate. What does that mean? Just give me a second, okay? Just give me a second, guys. Just give me a second. Kapag tinataas ang interest rates, ano ba ang ibig sabihin and why are they going to raise the interest rates, no? We need to be able to know all of that. Before ko buksan yan, let's open first CoinMarketCap. Medyo CoinMarketCap is actually showing some price price is actually going down a bit, no? Let's just review the price of the coins before tayo mag-dive in dun sa analysis natin. At para alam niyo ano yung pinag-uusapan sa Fed meeting na ongoing, no? So actually this afternoon Manila time, this afternoon US time yan. Anyways, Bitcoin naglalaro sa 47,000, it's 0.9% negative. Ethereum 37.22, Binance Coin 511, Tether is obviously at 76 billion market cap, Solana at 159, bumaba pa lalo, Cardano 1.21, XRP 0.78 cents, Polkadot 24.9, Dogecoin at 17 cents, AVAX 87.62, Terra Luna 55.84. Yung mga nagpa-FOMO kay Dogecoin dyan, ipit kayo, malamang 8.95 negative. Nako. Polygon Matic 1.88%, it's 4/10 of a percent. CRO 0.52 cents a piece. It's currently at 3.59 negative. Litecoin 145.22. Uniswap 14.42. Let's go to quickly on DeFi. DeFi, AVAX 87.32, positive 6.44. Luna, negative 3.97, 55.86. DAI or DAI 99 cents at 0.27, negative or 0.2%. Negative for the past 24 hours. Chainlink 1759 at 3.91. Uniswap at 14.44 at negative 1.83. Medyo negative, no? Let's go on NFTs. NFT worlds, puro red din, Axie at 93.08. Mana at 2.99. Bumaba na ng 3.0. Sand 4.52, negative 4.45. Tether at 3.95, negative 1.35. Gala at 46.92 cents at $6.41 negative. Engine Coin 2.24 negative 3.83. Nako, masarap maghanap ng dip nito. Tuturuan ko kayo maya-maya. Just listen to me very, very carefully, no? Okay, so medyo down ang mga coins. Ano bang ibig sabihin ni Miranda Miner, no? So, I've been tweeting about this kanina pa. So, kaya nakapag-live ako kasi parang gusto kong bigyan ko kayo ng giya, no? Parang hindi kayo nawawala, no? So, sabi ko dito, ito na, listen to me very carefully, ha? So, ito, Fundamental 101. If inflation rate is high, syempre nag-overheat yung market, no? Interest rates will go high. Okay, nag-overheat yung market. Bakit kailangan bumaba ng interest rates? Kasi kailangan patigilin ng Fed, kontrolin ng Fed yung overheating of the economy. Okay? The Fed needs to stop the overheating of the economy, no? So this means that yung 10-year yield rate ng treasury bills tapos yung 2 years maglalapit. At pag naglalapit ang rates na yan, 'di ba sabi ko sa inyo naman nakakaraan, yung 10-year delta versus the 2-year delta coming from 147 basis points, bumaba na lang ng 75 basis points. Ibig sabihin, 0.75 na lang yung delta niya. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Pag nagkakaroon ng inversion na ganyan, mas lumalapit sila, nagkakatagpo sila. Ang ibig sabihin niyan is potential recession. No? So let me just pull up the slide here. Okay. Okay, kapag tumataas ang interest rates, the bond prices will go down. Okay, the bond prices will go down. Kailangan kasi kapag yung inflasyon tumataas, ginagawa ng Fed or ng Bangko Sentral in case in the Philippines yan, pinapataas nila yung interest rates. Bakit? Why do they need to be hawkish? Tandaan niyo yung word na hawkish, ha? Hawkish yung hawk. No? Tandaan niyo yung word niya, isulat niyo yun, hawkish. Okay? So hawkish, let me try to open something real quick. Okay, yan. Okay. All right. So let's look for the word hawkish. Hawkish monetary policy. Okay, hawkish monetary policy. Listen para dadandahanin ko para maunawaan niyo yan. So a hawk or an inflation hawk is a financial advisor who believes monetary policy should maintain a high interest rate to curb inflation or inflation. Sulat niyo yan Kapag sinabi mong ang Fed is hawkish, ang gusto ng Fed is tumataas yung interest rates to curb out inflation. Okay, so anong sabi ng CoinDesk ngayon? Bitcoin decline suggests that Fed's hawkish policy shift is priced in. Okay, dadaanin natin So kapag ang iyong policy is to increase interest rates, that is to make sure you carve out inflation. Bakit? Siyempre, sasabihin ng Fed, oy teka lang, huwag ka muna mangutang. No? Kasi sobrang bilis ng ekonomiya, pataas ng pataas yung presyo. And if you stop the loans, the economy slows down. Nag-overheat yung economy. If you stop the loans, kung mababa man yung interest rates, no? And people will loan, no? Ngayon, in a mathematical point of view, bakit sila nag-raise ng interest rates? Because when the inflation price is mataas, for example, ang computation nila is 2 or 3%, tapos humataw ng 6.7%. They need to raise the interest rates at this point kasi yung kinumpute nila, for example, na 5 years ago, that doesn't make sense anymore. They need to recompute. For example, meron kang loan, yung interest rate mo 5%. Okay, 5%. Naka-flat kang 5% for the past 5 years. Ngayon, in this year, ito yung pang-limang taon mo, okay, malulugi yung mga bangko. Kasi for example, tumaas yung presyo ng mga bilihin, they're not recomputing for the interest rates, malulugi sila. Yung computation nila, sasabihin nila, uy, nagkamali tayo ng permutation, nagkamali tayo ng assumption. Ina-assume natin for the past 5 years, ang inflation should only be around 3%, but humataw ng 6.7%. So magre-raise sila ng interest rates para makahabol yung computation nila in terms of earnings, no, yung mga bangko. The banks need to stimulate this. The banks needs to make sure na hindi rin sila apektado. Kaya minsan makakita kayo dyan ng mga, okay, we will just freeze the loan interest rates into 5 years, for example. No, 5 years. Because on the 6th year, dapat magre-recompute na tayo whatever sa market prevailing rate. Ngayon, in totality, kapag ang interest rates tumaas, the bond prices will go down. No? Yun yung relationship ng dalawang yan. And sinasabi ko sa inyo, yung mga bondholders, sabi ko nyo na sa tweet natin, tatlo lang ibig sabihin yan. If the inflation is high, interest rates will go high. if the interest rates will go high at nagkaroon ng kurba, nagkaroon ng inversion, yung 10-year and 2-year treasury yield, no? Tatlo lang ibig sabihin yan, pending recession, masaya yung mga bondholders, or the BTC whales will hedge. O, pakinggan mo yung sinasabi niya kanina, ha? Listen to this on what this lady is saying. Listen to this, okay?
That's the question. So it really depends on how you look at the role of Bitcoin. People really believe to be true, and that some things that people say is just a myth. So I think the question is, is the Fed going to raise interest rates? And, is Bitcoin actually going to react to these movements at all? Do people actually see Bitcoin as a kind of protection against the devaluation of the US dollar?
Okay, so listen to me very carefully, ha? Inflation is a friend. Inflation is a friend for us as Bitcoin hodlers. The problem is, if you are a retailer at you are not guided, kawawa ka. Kaya nga nag-live ako ngayon. Sabi ko sa inyo, wag na muna kayong magte-trade because we need to wait up until this market slows down a bit. Kasi nagkakapitulate yung market eh. Iniisip naman, magkaka-recession na, blah, 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 blah. Wag muna tayo, we need to sell our positions, blah, 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 blah. Diba? We need to make sure we sell our positions. Eh, nagkakagulo yung market. Ikaw, pasok ka ng pasok, hindi mo alam ginagawa mo. Ayun, ubus ka. Ha? Ayun, ubus ka. So, tinan mo. So, listen to me very carefully, ha? So, let me try to look for 1 hour. Sabi ko sa inyo kanina sa tweet ko, saan na yung tweet ko dito? Basahin ko yung tweet natin. Kailang. Ito, wait for the 46,892 bounce. Saan ba galing yung projection na yan? No? Mag-antay kayo. Yan, nag-bounce na nga. Wait lang. Wait lang ha, wait lang. Wait. Huwag ka muna kayo pumasok. Wait lang. Just give me a second. So, ito na yung sinasabi natin kanina. No? So, gumawa tayo ng 618 dito. Ito na yun. 46,878. Kayo na lang magsakto niyan. No, we're waiting for a bounce because nakita mo tong candle na to. Nakikita mo ba yung candle na yan? Ayan. Sorry, just give me a second. Tanggalin natin itong isa. Ayan. 46,892. Kaya na magsakto. Nakita mo itong falling knives na to, no? Grabe, sabi ko, wag muna kayo mag-buy long. This market will freak out, no? So tingnan natin sa 15 minutes. Ayun. So nakita mo yung price na yun. Nakikita mo tong tatlong kandila na to? Nakikita mo yan? Yan. This one. So these 3 candles, at least nag-mellow down a bit. Sabi ko sa inyo, mag-antay kayo sa 46,892. Ayan, 46,892. Mag-antay kayo dyan, no? 30 minutes ago, 11:13, sabi natin, dyan kayo mag-aantay, maghulos dili ka. Wait lang, antayin mo si Superman. Wait lang. So, ayan. So, tingin natin, at least, no, huminto yung pagbaba, no, in this area, no? Pero wag kang magpapakasiguro. 618 yan. Yes, ginagalang natin yan. Pero sinasabi ko sa'yo, pag ikaw, nag-all-in ka ngayon, ewan ko sa'yo, ha? Tingnan mo yung MACD. Wait lang. Huwag ka muna pumasok. Wait lang. Antayin mo magkaroon ng bounce yan. Okay? So, type number 1, kung nauunawaan mo yung sinasabi ni Coach. Type number 1. Okay. So, yung sabi natin, no, 46.8, mag-antay po kayo. Naku, wait lang po. And then, let's listen to what she has to say again. Okay? Let's just listen to what she has to say.
That's the question. So it really depends on how you look at the role of Bitcoin.
Lawrence, you're seeing some mixed results in the crypto markets.
Yeah, I don't buy this one. Look, and this has been an argument Emily and I have had forever, and we have it off air as well. The price of Bitcoin on a day-to-day basis doesn't necessarily move on long-term views of inflation. You break down the price of Bitcoin, it's a combination of the view of inflation. To be sure, it's a small factor of it. The other factor of it is this long-term outlook as to whether or not it's going to be adopted as a store of value and even as a medium of exchange. And
okay, let me pause here. So narinig nyo, sila mismong dalawa, they are not agreeing to each other. Anong sinasabi ng isa? Yung sinasabi nung nakadilaw, si Emily, sinasabi niya, it looks like, okay, listen to me very carefully, okay? And this is in relation to my tweet kanina. Okay? Tatlo lang ibig sabihin yan, di ba? If the inflation is very high, there are 3 things that can happen. 1, pending recession. Okay? Number 2, bondholders are going to be happy. Number 3, BTC whales are going to hedge. Again, ulitin ko ha, BTC whales can hedge. Why? Why do you think whales can hedge? Why do you think Bitcoin people can hedge? Why do we think people in the cryptocurrency world can hedge? Because if the inflation is high, the money gets devalued. Naintindihan nyo? If the inflation is high, your money today gets devalued. So let's look at this way, no? So if the interest rates is high, okay, which means that your inflation is high. Okay? Your bond price and your peso value goes down. Nagde-depreciate because yung purchasing power ng pera mo lumiliit. So pag may inflasyon na ganyan, syempre liliit yung peso value at ginagawa ng mga tao pag dumababa yung presyo yung value ng kanilang pera, hini-hedge nila. Meaning ng hini-hedge, tinatago nila in an asset. Hedging kasi means you're trying to protect the devaluation of your money. Naintindihan niyo guys? You're trying to protect the devaluation of your money. Okay? So to make sure that from a hedging perspective, you're able to protect hindi gaanong bumaba para meron kang pang-offset. Meron kang pang-offset the potential losses. No, potential losses, you know, kung meron kang invest, for example, so when you say hedge kasi, kunyari meron kang pesos ngayon. Yung ibang pesos mo, i-hedge mo yon para kung ma-devalue man yung pesos mo ngayon, not the entire, yung entire portfolio mo doesn't get devalued. Some parts of your portfolio are going to appreciate. Tataas yung presyo. Okay? Naiintindihan nyo ba guys? So, let's look for the definition hedge in finance meaning. Para maintindihan niyo. Finance meaning. Yan. Okay, yan. Hedge is an investment position intended to offset your potential losses that may be incurred by a companion investment. So meaning, if I have an investment that goes against my plan, kunyari, I was hoping that this particular investment will go high, pero it's going south, kailangan gumawa ako ng hedge investment. Ibig sabihin, meron ako dapat isang investment na pag nilagyan ko ito, kung mag-negative man yung pera ko, itong investment ko sa Bitcoin, tataas ito, which means net-net, na-offset niya yung loss mo. Okay? Ang ibig sabihin nun, ang pwedeng mangyari dito, dahil mataas ang inflasyon, yung mga whales, okay, listen to me very carefully, yung mga whales, yung mga BTC whales, like sila Sailor, at kung ano-ano pa mga institutions, what they can do is to potentially buy more Bitcoin to hedge against inflation. Okay? That's the third one. But let us discuss why. Bakit tumataas ang inflation? Diniscuss na natin yan before. Diba? Diniscuss natin yan before. What's driving the inflation? What's driving the inflation of the economy? What else is driving? Ano pa yung headline ngayon? Ano ba yung tinatawag nating what are the other headlines today that can potentially drive people panicking? Nagpapanik yung market eh. Nagpapanik yung market, no? Mahirap yung ganitong market sa mga beginners, no? Pag kayo beginners, huwag kayong pasok sa ganitong market, ha? So ito na. Yung let's click on FOMC. Ayan. So sabi nung isang nag-post, it's FOMC decision today and the markets are nervous. Paano itong si Powell? Mukhang ewan ko dito. Ewan ko sa taon to. Unang sabi niya, oy, we're gonna be transitory. Ibig sabihin, pag sinabing transitory, may kinalaman sa time element yan. Ibig sabihin niyan, transitory, ibig sabihin, meron kang base effect, may basis effect ka ng inflation mo. Mataas yan ngayon kasi yung pinanggalingan niya mababa. May base effect yan. No? Kaya transitory yung tawag natin. Tapos, sinabi ba naman niya, oy, teka lang, nagkamali kami. Kausap niya yung Congress. Nagkamali kami. We're not transitory. It's really gonna be high inflation. And when it is high inflation, okay, sulat natin yan ha, when it is high inflation, okay, the Fed will adopt a hawkish view, which means a hawkish view is a high interest rate principle, no? When they do a hawkish perspective, a high interest rate. When the high interest rate happens, the peso will get devalued, your currency will get devalued, your bond price will go lower, and at the end of the day, the market will panic. So there are multiple instances. Sana ang mangyari, the market, again, the market picks up the inflation hedge. Anong ginagawa ng CoinDesk ngayon? They're trying to kill the FUD. They're trying to kill the FUD. Bumaliktad sila. Sabi niya dito, Bitcoin suggests, yung decline ng Bitcoin, naka-priced in na daw yung perspective ng market na magbababa na. Kung sinasabi nila ngayon, they're trying to tame the market. Oy, teka lang, tantahan. Huwag kayo masyado mag-freak out. Huwag kayo mag-freak out. You know? Naka-priced in na yan. Naka-priced in na yan. Sinasabi nila ngayon eh. Ang headline nila, oh. Diba? They were saying, oh, teka lang, naka-rad in yan, naka-priced in na yan. Huwag na kayong mag-worry. Nung bumagsak yan sa 46, 44, ayan na yung effect ng FOMC discussion. And true enough, matagal na tong FOMC na to, guys. Sinasabi ko na sa inyo to almost 2 weeks ago or more than 2 weeks, that the Fed will actually create some decision because to carve out inflation. Kasi itong si Boy Who Cried Wolf, quote-unquote si Powell, sabi nga niya, hindi transitory. Di ba? Hindi naman po lahat ng trader guided. Hindi lahat ng traders guided, guys. Ay, tinan mo, nag 46,700 na, sinasabi ko sa inyo eh. Sinasabi ko sa inyo. Di ba? Kung hindi ka guided na trader, hindi ka part ng community natin, nasunog ka na, pustahan tayo. Pulang-pula yung market ngayon. Di ba? Am I correct, guys? Type number 1 if I'm correct. The market will panic. Anong pinakamagandang gawin? What do you think needs to be done? What do you guys think? What do you guys needs to be done? What do you guys think? What should we do? Anyone who has any idea? What do we need to do, guys? What do we need to do? Any idea? Nabutas na si 618. Any idea? Mag-intay. What else? What else? Iti-tweet ko ang gagawin ninyo. Naku, pero late na kayo. Late na. Medyo late na kayo ha. O sige na, ito na. Tiniwit ko na. Ano yung tweet kong gagawin? Kain daw ng balot, sabi ni Coin Investor. Anong tinweet ni Coach? Basahin niyo yung tweet ko. Basahin niyo. Anong tweet ko? Anong ginawa ko? Ayan, isa lang yung nag-like. What should you do on this market? I-short mo yung market. Yan. So, yan ang ginawa natin. Hindi, take profit lang ako. Wait lang. Alright. Anyways, ngayon alam nyo na. Take profit lang ako. Wait lang. Uy, wag ka mag-short, wait lang. Uy, baka kakalabitin mo lang, nafo-FOMO ka na naman kay coach. Wait lang, pipitikin ko yung ilong mo. Wait lang. Sabi ko late ka na. Baka sabi ko lang eh. Wait. Okay. Okay. So let's focus now on the charts. Teka lang. So guys, naiintindihan nyo ba yung sinasabi ko? Naiintindihan nyo na? Tinagalog na natin ha? Ano ba yung nangyayari? No? Ano ba yung nangyayari? Bakit ba nagkakagulo yung market? Bakit nag-freak out? Bakit kulay pula? O ngayon, alam nyo na. Merong FOTM discussion mamayang hapon. Tingin ko alas 2 ng hapon yun. Teka lang, alas 2 ng hapon eh. Give me a second guys. Alam ko alas 2 magsisimula eh. FOMC. Ito na, basahin natin yung news ha, para hindi kayo, para guided po kayo ha. Ito na. How can you tame inflation without starting a recession? Okay, how can you tame inflation without starting a recession? Okay. Okay. Okay, listen. Sabi dito, let me try to read out. Okay. The Fed Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, fresh of his nomination, will attempt to assure Wall Street, Washington, and the public at large on Wednesday there's no reason to panic. Oh, there's no reason to panic. He got to fall, exactly. You got to fall on your sword, no? Pitikin ko ilong mo eh, sabi niya dito. Mohamed El-Erian, economic advisor of Allianz, told CBS, the Fed's characterization of inflation as transitory is probably totoo to. Pipitikin ko ilong mo in Powell eh, ha? Sabi dito, the Fed's characterization of inflation as transitory is probably the worst inflation call. Nagkamali sila eh. Powell needs to eat his words. He got to fall on his sword. Inflation is no longer. Totoo yan. Ha? Totoo yan. Ano ka pa eh? Tingnan mo nangyari ngayon. Paano? Nung nagkakagulo, pinagkakaisahan na si Biden. Listen to this, no? Both the House, well, I think maybe except the Senate. The House is going against even yung mga kakampi niya sa party niya. Ang baba ng what's this? Ang baba ng survey sa kanya. Oh, kailangan magpapogi siya. Eh, ninominate niya si Powell. O sinabi ni Powell, hoy, teka lang. Inflation is still good. Okay lang tayo. Huwag kayo mag-freak out. We're good. Diba? Paano? Panahon ni Biden, ang pangit ng inflation. So, syempre, kukuha siya ng tao na gusto niya. Dalawa lang naman yan. Yung babae tsaka siya, si Powell, dalawa yan eh. Ngayon, ginawa niyang vice chair. Nasa dulo ng gila ko yung name. Ginawa niyang vice chair ngayon yung second choice niya. O kailangan kailangan piliin niya si Powell kasi kailangan i-tame down nila yung market. Uy, teka lang, huwag kayo masyadong mag-freak out. Transitory yan. Ito naman nangyari ngayon. He's eating his words. Pitikin kita sa ilong eh. Alam mo yun, even, okay mag-alala kaysa, hindi lang retailers ang nag-a-adjust ngayon. Ang dami kong kakilala, ang dami kong nare-research. Even mga hedge fund companies, nagre-recompute sila. Alam mo bakit? They're very scared of recession. At tingnan mo, humataw na ng 46,700 oh. Ay nako. They're scared of recession, guys. Just give me a second. They're scared of recession. No? Kaya nagre-recompute sila ngayon. Ayan, so basahin pa natin. How the Fed can fight inflation. Unlike deflation, the Fed knows it can address inflation by raising the cost of money. In this case, that means unwinding the bond buying stimulus program known as quantitative easing, or QE. Despite the booming economy and red-hot inflation up until very recently, yung Fed was buying a staggering 120 billion in treasury bonds a month. No? But the program is only piling pressure on inflation, and Powell has signaled a willingness to speed up the demise of quantitative easing. Look at the Fed to endorse a faster taper of QE on Wednesday. Kapag pinabilis nila yung tapering, yun na yung mangyayari doon. No? Yun ang mangyayari. And Fed officials will likely signal the interest rates will have to rise off rock bottom. Ayun, my God, 46,000 na pala si Bitcoin. Teka lang. Ayun na, sinasabi ko sa inyo. Sinasabi ko na. Oh, pinaalalahanan ko kayo, ha? Huwag niyong sabihin hindi ko kayo sinabihan. Ha? Guys, hindi ko alam kung sinabihan kayo ng ibang tao. Ako, nagsabi ako sa inyo, hindi ako nagkulang sa inyo, ha? Nag-live pa ako para sabihan kita. Ha? Okay. Nag-live pa ako para sabihan. Nag-freak out ang market. Nagkakagulo. Wait lang, mag-i-increase ako ng position sa short. Teka lang. Magplano ka ng trade. Saan ako? Baka naman hindi ka nagpaplano. Anyways, sige na, tuturuan na kita. Okay, naiintindihan ba ako guys? Type number 1 kung naiintindihan ako. Type number 1 kung naiintindihan ako. Naiintindihan na? Type number 1 kung masaya nakapakinig ka ngayon. Mag-like ka ng live natin. Kasi kung hindi ka nakinig ng live ngayon, sige, sinasabi ko sa'yo, pumasok ka ng pumasok ng pumasok ng pumasok ng pumasok ng pumasok. Ayawan ko sa'yo. Bahala ka. Natalo ka na siguro. O yan, dahil mahal kita, tuturuan kita ngayon mag-plot. Mag-plot tayo ng charts ngayon. Ay, nako, nag-red lalo. Ay, nako. Ay, nako. People are panicking. Huwag muna kayong pasok ng... Guys, nako, kayong pasok ng pasok. Maglinis kayo ng bahay. Linis ng bahay, guys. Ilayo nyo na yung liquidation lines nyo. Layo. Sinasabi ko na. Okay. Ay, ring bumabagyo pala. Uy, guys, mag-iingat kayo, ha? Uy, mag-iingat ka. Teka lang, basahin ko lang yung mga message nyo. Nasaan na yung chat pop natin? Uy, mag-iingat po kayo, mga nasa south. Mag-iingat kayo, ha? Naku, babagyo. Naku, 46,500 na. Laki na ng profit ko. Wait lang, take profit na ako. Sarap. Sarap. Mamaya, I'll buy on the dip. Let's buy on the dip. Okay. Ingat po kayo, ha? Okay. Wrong move. Aga nag-close ng short. Anyways, okay. Let's now go on charting this. No? Mag 1 hour tayo. Kung nasunog kayo, kawawa naman kayo. Andito ako para para gabayan ka, ha. Kung bago po kayo, welcome to our channel. Ginagawa ko po ito every day. Nag-cancel po dapat ako pero alas 12 na pala. Do you still want to continue o tapos ko na tong live natin? So, alas 12 na, oh. Do you still want to continue? Petsa na. Time is it? Uy, grabe ha. Alos 500 yung nanonood. Ayos ha. Do you want me to continue or tuloy-tuloy pa natin? Continue. Magdala kayo ng kape nyo. Magdala kayo ng kape. Magdala kayo ng kape. Tuloy-tuloy na tayo. Sige na. Wala tayong kape. Okay lang. Wait lang to. Okay na. So, I was expecting na sasaluhin ito. Bumutas eh. Kaya lumaki lalo yung pula. No? Kaya tutuloy-tuloy. Bumutas na. So, we'll not use that now. Hanap tayo ng potential. No? Wait lang. Okay. 45,788. 45,770. Mag-abang doon ng bounce. Kung magbabuy long kayo, ha? 45,770. Ngayon, hindi ibig sabihin pag sinabi kong 45,770, magbabounce agad yan. Ang sinasabi natin, that is the 618, which is yung pinag-bouncean ng price na to. Parang ganito, nag-bounce yan dito, ha? So, hindi ibig sabihin, yung mga bago po sa channel natin, ang binibigay ko po sa inyo are potential bounce areas, no? Hindi ibig sabihin na mag-aabang ka agad ng order sa 45,770. It can potentially bounce. Huwag po tayong huwag po tayong magmamadali. So kasi you can create a fib here. Yan, binutas niya na yung 46,892. So tingnan natin. The market can potentially actually, ang pangit, kulay pulang-pula yung market. Let's look at the stock market. Uy, pati stock market, pati Dow Jones, bagsak oh. Sakit. Ayan oh. Bagsak din ng Dow Jones. Ang Nasdaq, bagsak din. SPX 500, bagsak din oh. Ayan. So 22 pagka-open bagsak itong dalawang kandila na to, pagka-open. Ayan bagsak Bagsak dalawa. Tapos Nasdaq bagsak din yung pula. Dow Jones bagsak ng laki So the market is really panicking. Mag-iingat tayo Huwag tayo masyadong umubo dito ng cup and handle siya. Interesting. So itong Dow Jones sana mag-bounce on 382. Yan, 35,230 area. Balik tayo sa Bitcoin. Ang 45,770 nga antayin ninyo Huwag na kayong again, huwag munang magbabuy long please. Pangako mo sa akin na huwag ka muna magbabuy long please Huwag. Okay? Sabi ni Aubrey, buti pala coach hindi pa umuwi asawa ko, gising kaya gising pa. Ito Ivy, sinabi kong bounce, makinig ito, area na to, this one 45,766, mag-abang kayo dyan. Huwag muna mag-buy long, magantay. Hintayin ng confluences. Uy, beetroot na ano yung beetroot, Joselito? Ano yan? Sayang daw ang hilik. Alright. Uy, salamat. Walang anuman, Jasper. Walang anuman. We'll see, guys. We'll see. Ito, I will discuss this sa intermediate tomorrow. So, yan. Yung bigger, natin, ito, this is your 618 area, your 45,766, Ngayon, let's get some validation. Extension. So, kuha tayo ng validation. Meron ka ring 3.618 dito kaya nag-bounce sa dyan. Tapos, bumaba na ng 48,908 yung araw-araw niya. Gawa tayo ng fib in between dyan. Saan na yun? Okay. So, sinasabi dito, 44,753. That's okay. No worries. So, kunin natin to sa pinakailalim. Okay, 45,841. Okay. Alright. So, pag ganyan ang laro natin, pag ganyan, antayin mo na tong tatlong yellow lines na to. Tandaan mo na to ngayon Kahit Bitcoin lang i-chart natin, basta alam niyo yung gagawin. 45,867, 44,742, at 42,163. Ito yung pinakamalalim na to. 3.618 pala to, Grabe, Galing talaga ng fibs. Ulitin natin yun. Para makita ninyo. So, 3.618 pala yun. Ito, 3.618 pala to. Sa bigger, sa extension fib yan. Kaya nag-bounce siya doon. Okay. Meron ba kayong question? Okay, Ivy, we're good. Sabi ni Khalil, Ethereum 1.618, very good. Okay, very good. Oy, guys, sumabay na kayo sa sa intermediate para malaman niyo yung market anatomy. Yan, di-discuss ko to bukas ito, this one. This market anatomy. Discuss ko yan bukas. Okay. Again, wag kayong mag-all in sa Bitcoin, ha. Wag kayong mag-all in kasi ito yung inaantay nating apex, no? We're looking for an apex here, no? Natural to, tuturo ko to bukas, ba't siya nag-bounce dito? Tuturo ko yan bukas. We're waiting for this consolidation, ha. Antayin niyo yan. Shout out Macau Crypto Boys. Maraming nanonood sa iyo na mga taga Macau. Uy, Turyo, salamat. Ni hao ma, yan, no? Akala kontong calls. Ano sabihin ng James? Ano sabihin nun? Kuya Bunso, all red. Nako. Ito yung mga pagkakataon na ayaw mo Mana, parehas tayo ng mana. I mean, ang perspective ko on mana, dapat kayo, nag-short kayo dyan. Huwag muna kayong Kasi, ito yung mana mag-bounce. Ito, potential that mag-bounce yan dito. Pero, tingnan natin. In this area, no? Kasi meron ka dito tinatawag na bounce on old resistance acting as a support. Tapos, hanapin natin yung 618 niya kasi basag na dito. So, here, swing high, swing low, swing high. Nag-bounce on 1.618 on this area. Okay. So, kunin natin yung gitna. Let's get the gitna. Ayun, basag na eh. 3.21, basag na. Let's look at 1 hour. Wala pa ako nakikitang right hand. Wait lang. Yun, meron na. Ayun. Meron ng 1 hour na right hand, no? Pero wag muna kayong papasok. Wag muna. Pag may right hand, ang pasok ninyo, confirmation. Paano magkakaroon ng confirmation yan, mga estudyante ko? Alam nyo na dapat yan. No? Kailangan mag-normalize. Ayan, no? Naku, basag na yung bigger time frame. Basag na, naku. Basag na ba? Wait lang. Hindi pa. Confirmation na ba ito? Hindi pa. Prison break pa lang to. Prison break nag-open, no? Meron tayong bigger trend line sa ilalim, ayan, no? Support, and then ito yung resistance line. So dapat to okay, pwede candidate natin to, pero wag po muna kayo magbabay long, ha? Wag muna. Okay, type number 1 kung nakinig, naiintindihan at susundin ako. Wag muna. Antayin nyo, mag-normalize yan. Mag-antay kayo ng confirmation na nag-bounce na yan, no? Mag-aantay lagi ng candle confirmation na nag-bounce na, ha? Please. Kasi pag pinasok nyo yan ngayon, baka bumaba pa yan. Bumaba pa yan. Okay. What else? Nag-send ng mana. Kaya nag-chart ako ng mana. Ayan. Paper trading until beginner class next year. Okay. Oy, parang Judex. Oy, mga flip to friends. Hello. Kamusta sa inyo? Okay. So, naunawaan na guys, ha? Naku, huwag muna kayo magbabaylo. Huwag makulit. Huwag po makulit. Okay, huwag makulit, ha? So, in-explain ko na sa inyo ang ibig sabihin yan. What's happening in terms of bond price and the characteristics. Ito pong nakikita niyong slide na ginagamit ko ngayon, I have a very long investment 101 course, no? Pinag-iisipan ko pa kung ito ay i-offer ko as a separate course dahil ito po ay sobrang haba. It's all about fundamentals. No, I'm talking about fiscal policies, what's a monetary policy. I'm going to talk about ano yung expansionary, ano yung mga monetary expansionary that can help or contractionary. I will explain that, no? I will also try to explain business cycles, 4 phases of business cycle. Lahat pong ito nasa aking presentation. Pinag-iisipan ko kung ito ay i-offer ko na course, no? Antayin nyo yan. Kasi important dapat na alam natin as a trader, kung gusto ayaw nyo mag-trade, gusto nyo magkaroon lang ng idea on how to choose the right coin or the right stock. I'm going to teach valuation models. I'm going to teach many things, pero again, pinag-iisipan ko pa if I'm going to teach this on a class or I don't know. Pag-isipan natin yan. But yung nakita nyo kaninang slide, yung isang slide na yun, that's only for one of the many slides na ginagamit ko to explain on a very high level ano ang kinalaman, ano ang ibig sabihin, ano ang dapat ginagawa, no, ng isang retailer na hindi malaking-malaki yung pera niya para maging safe ka. Para maging safe ka in terms of these types of market movements, no? Again, explain ko lang before tayo mag-wrap up, I will end the discussion here. Before ako mag-wrap up, yung FOMC, matagal ko nang sinasabi to, dapat hindi na tayo nagugulat, ha? But I've been talking about this for many weeks already. Sinasabi natin maghintay, stay defensive because it looks like itong si paring Powell nagkamali at kailangan niyang kainin yung sinabi niya, no? Nagkamali siya. So anyways, buti na lang sa Pilipinas tayo at problema natin to bagyo. Problema natin bagyo, no? Pero mag-iingat kayo, ng Pilipinas meron ng Omicron, 2 guys, ha. 2 tao nag-confirm na. Okay, 2 tao nag-confirm na po na may Omicron, ha, guys, ha, mag-iingat na kayo. Okay? Ano pa ba? Gala coach, nag-bounce raw si Gala. Nag-bounce ba si Gala? Let me check. Hindi pa nagba-bounce yan. Hindi pa. Ngantay kayo. Chart natin. Hindi pa to. Just give me a second. Hindi pa to, guys. Magantay kayo. Hindi pa to nagba-bounce. Hindi pa yan. Kapula pa, oh. Ang lalim ng kandila. Oh, katakot. Tsaka meron ka, anong tawag dito? May tawag dyan. Alam nyo na yung tawag dyan, alam nyo na yan. Ang tawag dyan, guys, Mickey Mouse. Yung Mickey Mouse. Hindi pa nagbabounce yan, tayo nyo. Sa lower time frame, siguro, tingnan natin. 5 minutes. Hindi pa yan bounce, maliit pa yan. 5 minutes lang yan. 1 hour tayo titingin. Okay. Uy, si parang ninyo, you know. Musta from Maryland. Yan, sabi ni parang ninyo. Alright. Pwede na mag-intermediate even walang alam. Ay, hindi pa pwede. Mag-beginner muna kayo. Charlene, i-read. Anong i-offer ko? Ano yung ready na? Ano yung ready? What else? Ano pa tanong nyo? One hour time frame, yes. Tumitingin na, kunyari 1 hour. Ito gagawin nyo, ha. Listen to me carefully, no? So sabi natin meron ditong potential bounce area and true enough may mga nagba-bounce areas dyan, no? So ang gagawin mo, for example, meron ka ng, again, hindi ko ba sasabihin lahat, pipitikin ako ng mga estudyante ko, sabihin, sinasabi ko lahat sa labas. So mag-aantay ka ng confirmation candle, tapos sisilip ka sa lower time frame kung meron na, kung nag-confirm na, tapos meron na siyang volume. Sisilip ka doon. Ha? Ganun na gawin mo. So 1 hour ka titingin, tapos ito susulatan mo yung fib mo, punta ka sa lower time frame, ayan, titingin ka. Ganun lang yan. Okay, ano pa? Literal na bagyo. Oo nga, ayun. Galang ni Aubrey, Mickey Mouse. Very good. Yung investment mo, no? Pag-isipan ko, baka, baka, magsa-survey ako. I will do a survey kung gusto ng tao. Kasi maganda yung topic hindi lang crypto. Understanding the economy. Para alam natin, no? Para alam natin yung economy. Tsaka alam natin, bakit negative? Ano nangyayari sa market? Ba't ganito yung isip ng mga tao? Bakit negatibo? Bakit, alam mo yung mga ganong relationship? Medyo may may mathematics, may valuation models, no? Pero mas maganda siguro kapag ikaw ay stock market trader, kunin mo din tong investment 101. Kasi hindi lang ito pang cryptocurrency trader. Kung maganda sana kung meron kang konting appetite on stocks, mas ma-appreciate yung investment 101 na ituturo natin. Ano pong setup ng auto-fib extension sa death pag 1 hour? Di ko mag-gets yung tanong Nicolas Tesla. Akala ko tatapusan din yung video sa CoinDesk. Hindi. Wag muna kayong gumamit ng trailing stop. Wag muna sa Binance. Nagloloko yung kanilang bot dyan. Hindi yan magti-trigger minsan. Pag nag-confirm that may volume sa 15 minutes, kahit pag malaki yung volume, you can enter 15 minutes. Pag nag-bounce na nag-bounce na. Sige, magsi-survey tayo, Stephanie. Magsi-survey ako, Aubrey. I will do a survey, no? Pag-iisipan ko kung meron talagang market yan. Kasi tingin ko importante ito Importante yung investment 101, no? Ang haba nito at hindi ko alam kung gusto ninyo or kakayanin ninyo. Kasi may mga iba't ibang klaseng perspective in terms of valuation, no? Pag-isipan ko yan. Pag-isipan ko, I will let you guys know kung anong pwedeng i-offer natin na mas pwede. Kasi baka hindi nyo ma-appreciate. Sobrang detailed. No? Sobrang detailed yan. So, pag-isipan natin yan. Ha? Sabihan ko kayo. Okay. Nasa na tayo? Any other questions? Alas 12 na matutulog na ako. Kaya nga nag-live lang ako kasi gusto kong alam nyo yung ginagawa nyo. Hindi kayo pasok ng pasok. No? Ano pa yung mga Ay, teka lang, konting light moment muna tayo. Light moment. Yan. Bakit nag-live si 1 million? Teka lang. Light moment muna tayo. Meron akong tinuwit kanina. Uy, na-credit na pala yung 10 winners of $100 na credit na ha. Congratulations sa inyo. Gamitin niyo na maayos 'yan. Tatanggalin ko na tong cancel. Di pala tayo nag-cancel. Ay, sa tweet natin. Dahil mahal ko tong community na to, tinuloy ko na ang live. Yan. O, hindi ako nagbibiro dito Ang trading parang panliligaw yan sa mga chicks Alam mong tama yung setup at kung alam mong tama yung setup tsaka good yung coin, maghintay ka. Huwag mo madaliin. Parang lang yan. Tsaka dapat isa-isa, wag sabay-sabay. Wag sabay-sabay. Ingat ka. Ingat ka, wag kang sabay-sabay dyan. Okay. Anyways, yun na lang muna yung live natin today Yung live natin today. Wag po kayong magsasawa. Sino nagsabi ng sa aking nag-bounce na si Gayla? Tingnan mo, nangyari, mawagsak ulit. Hindi pa yan, antayin niyo yan. Hoy, Thank you po, Juana. Thank you, Dex, for introducing Coach M to Flip to Friends in Maryland. Thank you, Coach, for what you do. Oh, salamat din. Dennis Ray, yes po, Coach. Oy, kilala ko yung si paring Dennis. Thank you so much. Estudyante natin yan. I think estudyante ko yan. I think so. Paano kung ako yung chicks? Aba, gusto ko sa iyo, Erin eh. Ha? If walang bounce ng 618 sa 1 hour, pwede po pong lumipat sa 4 hours, hindi, 1 hour. Mauuna mag-bounce yung 1 hour kaysa sa 4 hours. Saan po ang TP pag nag-bounce po ang mga 3618 at 2.618? Sa microfib. Best mentor po kayo, Coach. Thank you po. Wala pong anuman. Maraming salamat. We love you. Salamat din. Thank you, thank you. Kailangan ba bang magbawas ng BTC hodl? Ako hindi. Ako hindi. I'm going to add more. No? Sa spot ha, sa spot. I'm going to add more. Bibili ako. Thank you, SC. Thank you, Francine. Baymax, thank you, Coach. Ano pangalan ng wife mo? Ikaw talaga. Pag kayo nagpapabati kayo sa akin ng misis, ng asawa, sasabihin niyo yung pangalan. Sinong asawa mo? Baka iba masabi ko dyan. Ha? Sabihin niyo yung pangalan. Huwag niyo, kayo talaga mga kabaro dito. Sabihin niyo yung pangalan, kayo talaga. O, ayun. Batch 22 pala si Dennis. Yeah. Salamat, Coach. Estudyante nyo din po ako sa beginner class noong December 10. Uy! Khalil, hello. Jem, thank you, Jem. Angelo, shout out sa'yo. Uy, Broken Pizza, ilang linggo na tayong bear market, ha? Ilang linggo na. Merong metric yung tinuturo ko sa university. May metric para malaman kung bear na. Oo nga, tulog na tayo. Sino shoutout ko? Kasi yung pangalan nung ano pangalan nung asawa na nagpapa-shoutout? I love you sa misis ni expect daw yan. Ayun si Jermylyn, yun. Asawa niya si Jermylyn. Sabi ni Christopher. Jermylyn yun. Fiancé daw ni Alex on fire si Shika. Ayun. Kayo pa. Fiancé mo pala si Shika. Okay, good. Coach, pitikin mo ako sa ilong. Ba't may ginawa ka bang mali? Anong ginawa mong mali? Okay, thank you, John B. Thank you. Cryptonaire team is watching. Batch 24, Jasbir Singh. Sige na, matulog na kayo. Muna kayong aligaga. Yan yung market huminga. Matulog muna, huwag kayong aligaga dyan. Tapos basta magre-relax lang, huwag yung pasok ng pasok, no? At least ginawa ko yung magagawa ko para masabihan ko yung community na to, ha? At least hindi ako nagkulang sa inyo na pasok kayo ng pasok dyan, may nangyayari na pala. Sige na, meron pa akong meron pa akong university bukas. Ha? At basta ganito here's what you need to do, no? Iiwanan ko kayo ng things to consider, okay? Listen very carefully, ha? Rule on this market. 1. Do not enter without the CMM system confirmation. Okay? Number 2. Not because... Okay, sorry. Zoom out and look for bigger trends or trend lines for a potential breakout or breakdown. Okay niyan, ha? Number 3, relax. Walang humahabol sa'yo. Ha? Hindi mawawala si Binance, BingX, Qcoin, at kung sino-sino pa. Relax. Wait lang. Kasi may mga lilipad at lilipad dyan, walang problema yan. Mag-antay ka ng confirmation. No? O mas okay na maiwan kaysa maipit. Ako basta ako mahimbing ang tulog ko. Nag-take profit na ako. O, sige na. Sige na, I love you 3,000, alam mo yan. At sa mga bago nating viewers dyan sa US, ha? Salamat, ha? At ingat kayo sa Maryland. Mga flip to friends, binabati ko kayo lahat, no? Sana makuha ko lahat ng mga pangalan, parang Judex, bigay mo sa akin para mabati ko sa isa-isa. No? Mga taga Maryland, USA. No? Alright? Sige guys, maraming salamat sa inyo. God bless all of you. Again, yun po yung, sana you have learned something, ha? Ano ba yung meeting na yan? What is it all about? Ano yung kailangan mong i-prepare? Anong pwedeng mangyari? Tatlong pwedeng mangyari. The whales can come in. The market can panic. No? Ang pinakamaganda, stay defensive. Protect your money. Do not put all your money on this market yet. Mag-antay. That's the best thing to do. Hindi mawawala yung pera, hindi mawawala yung market. Huwag mong habulin. Ha? Saka mo nang habulin, magpahinga ka muna. Gabi na rin naman sa Pilipinas. At may mga dadaanan po ng bagyo sa South, mag-iingat po kayo. Mahal na mahal ko po kayo. Mag-iingat po kayo dyan at wag po kayong magpapabayan. Mag-ingat po kayo. Stay dry at nako, medyo malakas yata yung bagyo. 155 kilometers per hour. Parang number 3 yata yung signal. No? Ingat po at sa mga estudyante ko bukas sa mga refresher sessions natin. Nako, I'm very excited for you. At maganda kayo ng sandamakmak na pasensya at calculator, papel at maayos na isipan, ha. Kung kailangan mag-leave na. Magdala ng kape, magdala kayo ng maayos na upuan para matuto at ma-absorb niya lahat, ha. O, sige na. Good night. Salamat po at ingat po kayo lagi. God bless you. I love you. 3,000.